Hello, social media. How's everybody doing? Okay, so Phil passed away. My condolences to his entire family. I grew up watching Duck Dynasty. If you don't know Duck Dynasty, the new revival comes out tomorrow, June 1st. So on A&E. So if you get A&E and you like the show, you liked it growing up, the revival now with the kids and they're having babies and all this stuff. But anyway, my condolences to the family. We loved Phil dearly. He prayed at every meal. He was a real man. He stood on his ground. He stood on his faith. We love that man. So please send your condolences and prayers to the family as they deserve. I wanted to talk to you guys today about unclaimed funds. The thing is everybody wants to get in, and you hear people say all the time, you don't really, it's you don't have to pay that much to get in. Okay, well, let me get this straight. You really don't. But you can't start making deals until you have a business bank account. You need somewhere for the money to go. And generally, whenever you're working these deals, people and companies, whether you're working for trying to recover money for an LLC or you're trying to recover money for a firm or you're trying to recover money for a person, they like to see that you have an LLC. They like to see that you have a website. They like to see that you have an actual account. They like to see that you're professional, right? So if you're willing to spend, $6,000, $7,000 on a coach, why would you not be willing to invest $100, $200 for an LLC? Get your LLC, get your business bank account, all that stuff. It's $200, $300 to get all that done, and then you pay yearly. So I don't understand why you wouldn't do that and then move into paying for a coach, right? So even if you don't know what to do, I would suggest, and I encourage heavily, get your accounts in order. It's called laying the foundation. Okay. So get your LLC, right? Start laying that foundation down. You get your LLC and then you get your business bank account set up. And then now you have an official business, and then you can get into the coaching. And coaches will oftentimes help you get a CRM. They're going to help you, at least if you have coaches like mine. Shout out to Joe Green. He set up my entire website. He set up my he not only set up my website, he set up my website through the CRM that he gave me. And now I have everything I need for my business. It's just flowing naturally. I like the way he put it together. It's kind of got its own flow state. Now he does the attraction model to get people into unclaimed funds. You can do unclaimed funds where you get your hands dirty, you do cold calling or you do emailing or you do mailers, whatever. I would suggest you get into that because the attraction model to me is great, but for some people it might take 2 or 3 years to get people really getting it. You might get views, but people may not be really clicking. So I would say put in the work while also working the attraction model. I'd make them work together. But I just want to get on here and say, if you're willing to invest 6, 7 grand, 2 or 3 grand, or even a grand, then why would you not be willing to invest at least $200 to $300 to get your LLC and get yourself official, right? So you have to invest. If you're going to have a business, congratulations on you. Number one, wanting to start one because a lot of people don't. They want to be lazy. And number two, just understand that you have to work it and you have to get you to a point where you're professional. Okay. You have to get to a point where when people see you, they think of your business. And if you're going to brand it that way, you need to be able to have a website. You need to be able to have a Google search. You need to be able to have, all these things where when people look up, they're like, hey, oh my God, I know this guy. He's with da da da, and this is what he does, and he's great. And that's where you start hitting them referrals. Okay. So when they start referring you, 9 times out of 10, people are going to want to go to your website. 9 times out of 10, they're going to want to go to your Facebook or your Facebook page. You need to set up some pages for it, okay? Because that's where people are going to get to know you the most. They're going to start looking up your socials. They're going to want to look up your website. Also, you can't find a name for yourself. A lot of people say, I'm a private investigator for unclaimed funds. I think that would scare people off. A lot of people would say, I'm just an asset recovery agent, which means to me, that sounds like I'm going to come recover your stuff, which has already been recovered. Like they're going to take your vehicle or your house or something. No, you're what happens after all that. So, claims consultant. It's easy. It's nice. It's eased in, right? You sound like you're willing to help them. It sounds like you want to help them after they've gone through something. So I would say introduce yourself as a claims consultant because that's what I do. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I just wanted to come on and tell you about it. I just wanted you guys to know that it's not all easy. And you know what? It's not supposed to be easy, but it's also not supposed to be free. Okay. There are free ways to do things, yes. But you're gonna lose a lot of time trying to do things the free way. And that's what we want. We want our time and freedom. So we have to pay for that. Well, guess what? If you pay for an LLC and stuff and you look legit and you start doing deals, people are gonna know your brand immediately. But if you just go ahead and you try to do deals without it, it's just since to me, that's essentially like going to a bank and saying you need 87 grand when you know good and well they're not going to give you 87 grand, but they probably would give your LLC 87 grand. All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Once again, prayers to the Robertson family. I want to throw that in there. It's very important. I mean, it just happened recently. So, my prayers and condolences to the Robertson clan.